Hello everyone, Ziggler here, Bork, Chef, you can call me whatever you'd like. So, I wanted to do this video because I've been really enjoying what they've done with Warlock in Season of Discovery. It's like, I would say like level 61, and I don't even have the full gear. Like I don't have the Scarlet Enclave gear or anything. I only got like the gear from coins and everything, but I must say that the Warlock tank is so much fun, to the point that I'm like running coin runs even though I don't have to, because it's just so much fun to tank dungeons with it and to mix it up and everything. And I've done multiple runs, and I spent my coins on the bags for gold, but I thought I like share how I'm doing this, how I'm playing it, and like my way of tanking, because there's a few ways. I know that there's some people that might not agree with me, but I'm gonna explain why I don't agree with them either on specific like runes and shoulder enchants, for example. But the Warlock tank has been so much fun. It really has been, and it's so freaking strong and easy to build. It really is. But like what I wanted to go over here is the let's just go over the gear. Really, the gear doesn't really matter. Well, it does, obviously. You need the defense gear and just good stats. The set bonuses are nice on every single set, in my opinion. I don't feel like there's any set at all that is like bad for Warlock tanks in Season of Discovery, I must say, because the first one is just bonkers. It is really good. I really enjoy it, because it's like you can it says like each time you take damage, you and your pet gains mana equal to the damage you take, up to a maximum of 420 mana per event. Can only occur once every few seconds. And I mean, it's like giving us mana constantly. And with the way that I'm playing currently, I actually have the full set whenever I'm tanking dungeons. Well, I have that set on the 2 set. And you don't really need a full set, but I like it because it's just nice to get the soul shards with it. I'm not really casting Soulfire that much, because it's like, sure, it's a big damage, but I'm gonna explain why I feel like it's not good. And the reason is, I could explain instantly, is because with the set that, and the other set that I'm playing currently, is the 3 set of the Encourage set. The like, you need the, let's see where it is. It's this one, the Ruin set, which is this one. It's the ring, the weapon, and the cloak, which together says, for 6 seconds after using Shadow Cleave, your Searing Pain strikes 1 additional target within melee range. And this ability, I've been tinkering around with this even before, because I had it on the shoulder enchant, because you can buy it from the like Soul of Pain Spreader, I think it's called. And the thing is, like, in my opinion, I know that there's a lot of opinion that thinks you should play with Demon Lord, which basically makes our let's see, where is it actually? Don't I have it on? It should be on. Why isn't it on? There you go. The only thing that it does, it gives us the like, the effect on this one, the Master Demonologist, is 50% more effect, which gives us 30% threat instead of 20, because you can see that over here. And absolutely, that is great. Like 10% is really good. But I feel like the set bonus of the this set is better at the start, because we don't have that much, like, we have the only thing we have for like AoE really is the Shadow Cleave, which hits up to 10 targets. And sure, it does damage, but once we use that, we're gonna use it anyway. And other than that, we're pretty much only spamming Searing Pain. So why not have it? because we're gonna hit 2 additional targets. And, well, 1 more target, really. So if we hit 1, and if there's another in melee range, we're gonna hit that one also. And everything synergizes so well with this setup. Like, you can hit 1 target. Let's say that you're tanking up to 10 mobs. Sure, you're gonna hit them instantly with this Shadow Cleave, but the Shadow Cleave, in my opinion, sure, it deals damage, but it doesn't keep everyone on you, like, permanently. But what you can do, if you have the Shadow, like you have this set, or the Soul Enchant is Pain Spreader, you could, like, hit and tab, hit, tab, and you click the tab, just to tab between targets, like this. Let me show you. I can, like, tab. The only thing I'm tabbing is clicking is tab. So I could, like, there and tab, and there and tab. Sure, this one dies anyway pretty fast. But you could do that, and making sure that you're hitting 2 targets every single time, unless they're casters. But the great thing with it is that, let's say that there's 2 casters over here. This flower over here and this flower over here are 2 casters. If I stand here and I cast it on either one of them, it is within melee range. It doesn't say my melee range. It says within... It basically means the target that I'm hitting's melee range. So if they're stacked together, I'm gonna hit both of them. So it's just awesome, in my opinion. So the first thing that I would try to get, the first soul I would get, is the... I have it up over here, I think it is. Yes. This one. Soul of Pain Spreader, which is that set bonus. So, you can play it with that, like... It's just nice. If you don't want to do the Temple of Anchorage 20, like I think it's Temple, or is it for Ruin? I think it's Ruin. But if you don't want to do that, sure. But this one is very good. And I've been fortunate enough, gonna show you as well, there. And I actually got the thing you can put on it. So I got a Void Touched one, which is fun. It's just more bling bling, really. But I've been lucky that gotten, like, I think it's like four resets or something. I gotten this, the cloak, the weapon, and the ring together, which makes that set bonus. It is just freaking nice to have. It helps out a lot. And like I said, on the 6 set bonus on the tier 1, it is great. It gives you like soul shards and everything, and sure, it's good on single target. I feel, because the soul fire, sure, it deals a lot of damage, but it's like it only hits 1 target, but this one hits 2. So on single targets, sure, I'm using it if it's on single target. And I have a weak aura. I can put it in the description below, which is this one, soul fire, and it's gonna show us this whenever it procs, the instant thing on it. And yeah, but like on like AoE, I rather actually have I'd rather keep spamming Searing Pain, really. That's what I like to do. And then, like, it is up to you, really. I feel like I really like this set as well, the 2 set of the tier 2. If we're gonna, like, just farm dungeons for coins, for example. Because if you read, while you're targeting an enemy within 30 yards, your life tap grants you mana at the expense of your target's health, but deals 50% reduced damage to them. Mana gained remains unchanged. So I can target something and life tap, and I'm actually not gonna lose the health myself. So if I'm targeting something within a 30-yard radius, I'm gonna deal damage to it and technically like life stealing from him. But I'm getting the mana. So technically I'm stealing their health to get mana, and I don't burn it myself, which makes it way easier to keep myself up in mana and not have to deal with my health really at all. which is, it's really, really, really nice. And the trinkets is really up to you. But I've been playing around with this setup and I really like it. I know that there's probably way better things out there, but this is just really nice. And the lightning cell from the world boss, like the lightning one, a Theriderasan or whatever it's called, drops this. And I get this so often, because if you read, you gain a charge of Gathered Storm each time you cast a damaging spell critical strike. So I'm dealing crits non-stop with the setup I'm doing, because I have so much crit. If we read here on the fire, like baseline right now, I have a 29% crit chance with all the setups I have. You could have more, obviously, if you have that, but like I have it on this one, I have it on the trinket as well. It's 2%. It's like boosting my single target damage as well with this. And like I said, 29%. But keep in mind that in the spec that I'm playing with, you have the improved searing pain, which is increases your critical strike chance of your searing pain spell by 10%. So it's technically 39%. And keep in mind, like I said before, we're like, if we're on AoE packs, we're hitting 2 targets, which makes it so, like, I don't know how you calculate it, it's a little bit special, but it's like 30%, 30%, which basically, like, sure, I can't really say that it's 60 because it has to be 30-30, but it's still twice. It's like you have a 30% chance twice whenever you're casting this Searing Pain on it, which is really, really, really great. And it synergizes with everything. If we read on the Boots Enchant, for example, rune example, you and your demon pet gain dodge chance equal to 70% of your spell critical strike chance each time you deal a critical strike to an enemy, and also both regain 2% of maximum mana. And we are playing with this Felguard, and the Felguard has a cleave ability which has a 6-second cooldown. So that one also is dealing AoE damage. So both of us are like cleaving constantly. And it is so nice with everything. Everything synergizes so freaking well. But yeah, like, I know this is not the optimal way. I'm pretty certain, and I'm very sure that the best way would probably be with like the full set of the tier 3.5. But unfortunately enough, I'm not gonna be able to play the Scarlet Enclave, which is sad, really. I don't really care about the 6th set, but the 2 and the 4th set would be really fun to tinker with, because I have so many ideas. But the thing is, Season of Discovery is coming to a close, and yeah, I don't have that much time to playing it, and it is what it is, unfortunately. But if we go to the runes, the head enchant, if we're gonna do the tanking one in dungeons that I'm doing, is the Vengeance, because it's just a tank, really. It's a shield wall, really. And you can do it if you're gonna jump from high places, and it acts like a slow fall also, because there's nothing else here really that we're using. On the chest, this one you can play around with a lot, but like I said earlier, it says 29%. If I change this to something else, I'm pretty sure this one is gonna drop. Yes, 19. So then it drops. You're not getting as much mana back from the Dance of the Wicked, Boots Enchant, and you're not gonna get as much dodge. So it's really up to you. But I feel with playing around with it a lot lately I feel like if you have this set, the 6 set of this one, you don't really need any of the other ones. You don't need the Master of Chandler, because you're not supposed to take damage anyway. Well, you're not supposed to heal. You're supposed to keep threat and deal damage. That is your goal. And the Lake of Fire doesn't deal that much damage. It's better to just crit, and tab target. It really is. So, yeah, it just synergizes with everything. And then on the belt, it just is obvious. Your critical strikes with fire and shadow spells increases your fire and shadow damage spell by 10% for 10 seconds. And we crit constantly, so this one technically is uptime 100% from the pull, really. So, more crit, you have a higher uptime of this one. And then on the legs, we have the Demonic Pact. Because the Demonic Grace, sure, it has like a pretty short cooldown, but it's only up for 6 seconds. And you don't need the dodge. And the 20% critical chance, sure, it's gonna make your Dance of the Wicked become better, but you don't really need it. And I feel like it's better to boost your group as well, the party or raid if you're doing that. And it also gives us your fire and shadow spells deal 10% more damage. And on top of that, your pet's critical strike applies the Demonic Pact effect to your party and party members with for 45 seconds. Demonic Pact increases spell damage and healing by 10% of your spell damage or 30. So, whichever is highest. So it's the 10% of our spell damage. So we want as much spell damage as possible also. So we're like a walking totem with this one, really. The more we crit, and the more damage we have and everything, we're gonna buff the guild, the party and everything. It synergizes so well. And then if we go to the feat, it's Dance of the Wicked, like I said earlier. Nothing of the elders is really worth. You could go with the Demonic Knowledge, just to make the Demonic Pact become better, really. Because it says, like, the more 10% of your spell damage. And this one gives us more spell damage. But, yeah. I'd rather play with this one because you have more mana and you get dodge. And if I get dodge, since I'm not channeling anything and I have instant casts with the Searing Pain, I can dodge a lot and just keep going. So I'd rather have Dance of the Wicked. And we go to the wrist. This is obvious, really. We're gonna use this Summon Felguard just because of the Master Demonologist. Because none of the others are really good. You could go with the Incinerate, which increases it for 40% for 15 seconds. But it's just a hassle to... You have to stop and cast it. And I'm not sure what's the casting time on it is, but it's not worth it, in my opinion, really. So that's why I'm playing with the Summon Felguard. And the Immolation Aura, sure, increases your fire damage by 10%, but then we're gonna lose out on all of these, which is physical, reduces physical damage by 15% because I have the Demon Lord, and increases damage by 15%, so it's actually more than this one already. And then the increases resistance to all the magic schools, and we get 30% rage threat. So it's not good, really. And then if we go to the hands, well, Metamorphosis, we're not even gonna discuss it. It's obvious if we're tanking. Next one is Ring, and we're gonna use the Fire specialization and Defense specialization. In my opinion, I feel like, because it's really important, if you don't have a lot of hit, you have a very high chance of missing with Shadow Cleave. And if you're missing with Shadow Cleave, you're not gonna hit 10 targets. And on top of it, I'm gonna hide this one right now. If we read on it, it says Hitting a target with Shadow Cleave also grants you 4 spell damage for each point of your defense skill beyond 30. And on top of it also, it's like it says on the set bonus, for 6 seconds after using Shadow Cleave. Well, sure, it doesn't say that like if I'm hitting, but I'm guessing. It's like you don't want to miss with it. And if you don't have a lot of hit at the start, I would use Shadow Specialization first. Because you're gonna hit with everything anyway. And Searing Pain is, you're spamming Searing Pain way more than Shadow Cleave. But Shadow Cleave is such a boost in damage that you don't really want to miss it. So that's an alternative. But once you feel like I have enough hit, you switch to fire. And on the cloak, we are using the infernal armor. It's what I'm using in dungeons. If I'm raiding or something, and if there's like no other warlock there, I'm using the Mark of Chaos and just put up like a Curse of Agony on the target, just because it makes the whole raid make more damage to the boss or that target. So yeah. That's the runes. If we go to the talent, we go 5 into improved Shadow Bolt. We go 5 into Aftermath, because we don't really need the mana reduction, and we don't cast this one anyway, because we don't use Shadow Bolt, because Shadow Bolt becomes an instant anyway with Shadow Cleave, and we don't use Immolation, the Immolation. And the Soulfire, if we want to use it, we're only going to use it with the 6 set bonus of the tier 1, which makes it which gonna makes the next Soulfire instant anyway. So it's just a dead talent, which makes it so we're gonna daze them, which is nice if you're kiting, for example. Because if we are running dungeons and I have the aggro and I feel like everyone is fine, I'm gonna pull the next pack and the next pack and the next pack. And this is not going to be a problem. So, next one after that, we're going to have the Devastation. Just because it increases the spell, the critical strike chance of destruction spells. Which is the Searing Pain on top of it. I didn't mention it, but it's also there. And then we go improved Searing Pain, which is 10% more critical strike chance with Searing Pain. And then we go increases the Ruin one. Increases the critical strike damage bonus of your destruction spells by 100%. So whenever we're critting, we're dealing double the amount of damage. And after that, we actually switch. We could go into this one, but then we need to put something like more things here. But we're not going to do that because we need Demonologist. So we're gonna go into Demonic Embrace, which is a tanking one. We're getting 15% more stamina. The Spirit, we don't really care about it anyway. And then the Fel Intellect. And after that, because it gives them just more mana. I have to look up a bit more to see if this one is actually increases the effects on the like cleave and everything. Because if we read on the wrist one, it says the Felguard benefits from all talents and effects that triggers from or benefits any of your other demon minions. So I'm gonna check it out and see if actually it's better to pick this one, because it could make like cleave 30% more damage, for example. That could be nice. After that, we go to Fel Stamina. Increases the maximum health of your Imp, Voidwalkers, Succubus, Incubus, and Fel Hunter by 15%. So it's 15% more health to our Felguard. And after that, you could go with anything really, but I like the Fel Domination with the macro that I've covered in another video, just to make it like instant. With also the Master Summoner. It's just nice, and it's just there. And makes it like instant cast. It doesn't take anything at all. Like, if I do it like this, it takes like less than a second to cast. And after that, we're going to Unholy Power. It increases the damage of Felguard by 20%, really, because we played with the Felguard. After that, you could go back and place into something else. I have it on improved Firestone, but I don't really need it anymore because I've figured out that if I do like this, and we look at it, it says increases damage done by your fire spells by 27%. And this one is, sure, this one says more, but I'm using this often only with the intent of critting more because of the effect. You could go with the stone because, sure, it says also enchants your main-handed weapon with fire, granting each attack a chance to deal 104 to 156 additional fire damage. It is good. It is good. Like, it is there. It's up to you. But I'd rather have the critical strike chance with everything. And after that, we go full in Master Demonologist, which is granting us the, like, the imp and everything, but we're playing with the Felguard, so we're getting all of these up here. And on top of it, we're playing with the Void Soul of Demon Lord, which makes this talent 50% more stronger, which is why it says increases threat cost by 20%. And if we go up here, it's actually 30%, so it's 50% more. And yeah, it's just awesome to play this build. And I'm gonna do like this, and we're gonna look at, like, this is perfect actually. I'm gonna move a little bit back, and you can see here, this is the way I'm playing. Like, we're pulling, killing this one, and once it's dead and looting, I'm already running out. And I'm like dealing damage, keeping my soul cleave on cooldown. And once I know that it's fine, I'm going to the next Shadow Cleave, and then I just tab. You can see I'm tabbing all the time. And once it's almost dead, I'm like going. And you didn't see it there probably, but I looted there. And here I'm actually changing. I don't know why. This is like a long time ago. I tried like changing different kind of things and tried to like dip my toes in it. But it's so nice, the Soul of Pain Spreader. It's so freaking good. And I can't stress it enough. That is so freaking important, in my opinion, to have this one before, where is it? This one. Here you say, increases the benefit of your Master Demonologist by 50%. And remember which one it was? It was this one. You can't see it. Sorry. I'm gonna learn. There it is. It's this one. Makes it 50% stronger. So it's really, really, really nice to have. Yeah, that's basically it. And like, just keep your Shadow Cleave on cooldown. Spam the heck out of the Searing Pain. Me for example, I have it on scroll up. On scroll up, I have the Shadow Cleave, and scroll down, I have the Searing Pain. So I'm just scrolling basically, and whenever I see this icon over here, which is a weak aura, I can link it in the description below. I just scroll down or up. I think it's down or up. Yeah, it's just in my memory whenever I do it. I think it's up, and this one will go away like this. I think it's up. No, it's down. Okay, so I just do it like this, and it goes away. And if we wait for 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. And it lights up again, so I know it's off cooldown again. And yeah, and you can see over here, here is the soul one. You can do it like this if you want to. and deal a lot of damage. Sure, it deals a lot of damage, it really does, but it's up to you really on how you want to play it. And don't forget to use your, where is it, demon charge, because we can actually charge in demonologist form. It makes us feel like a freaking warrior, and I covered it in the past. I have a macro here, which is a sequence one, which is /cast sequence reset 15, because the demon charge is 15 seconds cooldown. And after that, it uses Shadow Cleave. So you charge in and instantly you AoE. So it's really nice. The only problem with it I have is that a lot of the times, for some reason, I enter combat way before I actually can charge. Because I think that charge, the normal one, the warrior one, is like a 30 to 35 yard range. So sometimes I actually pull aggro, like body aggro before. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, that's basically how I'm playing it. It's super simple, really, and it is so much fun. And I'm gonna say this again. If you're gonna plan to tank and you're newly dinged and everything, you should, in my humble opinion, I think that you I think you 100% should go for the Soul of the Pain Spreader first. It's just so freaking good, because you don't have that much AoE damage anyway. And I think it's better to spam the Pain Spreader and doing it that way, rather than having the chest rune like Lake of Fire. Because it's just better to deal more damage and switching. That's just my opinion, but if you want to play with Lake of Fire, that's up to you. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Share it with a friend if they're new to tanking or they want to try a Warlock tank. This is a more like a rambling video, as always. I've been super busy with work, and that's why I haven't really been playing at all, really. But I've been dipping my toes in the Mist of Pandaria beta. So we might have a few videos coming on tanks, on how to play them and what I feel is the best one for launch. But yeah, clicking on any of these videos from the past, share it with a friend, this video with a friend, click the notifications button, subscribe, like, and I'll see you over there. Until next time. Bye bye! Bork Bork!